Skyride Studios presents Oblivion Girl, Episode 7, Bloodhound Pete. We cleared the desert over the next few days and took a train to reach the base of Mount Rosette. We hiked up to the peak and watched it as it went from rocky to full of vegetation. I paused with uneasiness, knowing someone waited for us further up. Was he even still alive? He'd be in his 70s. As the elevation grew, our pace slowed. Thick redwood trees sprouted all around us. The cold chill of the wind was accompanied by snow as high as my knees. We wrapped ourselves in heavy coats and continued as the clouds swallowed the sun. We reached a clearing in the trees, and the sounds of the forest grew quiet. Too quiet.
Why did we stop?
Shh. He was here. Where are you, you old fuck?
ALITA, get down!
He had missed on purpose. Stay here! I blew past bear traps and trip lines, dodging them all with ease, until I reached Themis, the snow-covered marble statue of Lady Justice. She held a sword with both hands, had a blindfold covering her eyes, and an evil smirk plastered on her mouth. Show yourself! Standing opposite the statue appeared an old man tightly gripping a rifle in his pale, wrinkly hands. An old worn-out cowboy hat shaded his eyes from view. His 3-foot-long white beard danced in the wind. Gross. I don't have any beef with you, old-timer. I slowly raised my knife, gripped the worn handle tightly, and waited for him to make the first move. My blade sliced through the air at his face, cutting a snowflake in half. He gently kicked out his right leg, which forced his upper body to lean back, allowing my knife to miss his nose by millimeters. As my arm finished swinging around, he used the same leg to kick my knife out of my hand. I grabbed onto his foot with my free hand, spun my knife and tried to pull his chest into it. He spun around and my knife missed again. It was like trying to fight a ballerina made of wet spaghetti. He bent over and with his free hand grabbed my wrist with the knife and threw me over his back. Spinning around, I ran at him as he reloaded. I used the time to flick out a second sun canister. While he was temporarily blinded, I turned my knife around and smacked him in the jaw with the handle. The tobacco in his mouth splattered all over my face. He fell into the snow cross-eyed, and I puked before fainting from disgust. I remembered the first time I met him, long before ATTICUS or KIAL. I walked into an opening and spotted a deer grazing on a bush. A trap sprung underneath me and lifted me into the air.
Looks like I caught me a big one today.
Hey! Don't poke strangers with guns!
Why don't you just use your knife and get out?
Who carries knives around? Pete slung his rifle on his back, then whipped out a machete. Overcompensating much? Pete grabbed the rope and dragged me away like a caveman. What are you doing?
Well, I usually slaughter and skin my meals after trapping.
What are you, a cannibal?
What if I am? You got all those guns, but can't even shoot a deer 3 feet in front of you. You might as well be throwing grenades. At least you have a better chance of hitting something.
I didn't train just to be target practice.
Training? You trained to be that bad? I'd hate to see how pathetic you were before all that training.
Where the fuck do you think you're going? You can't just say that shit to me and walk away. Don't you know who I am? I'm Oblivion Girl, destroyer of cities.
Oblivious girl?
Oblivion Girl.
What's your real name?
Alyssa. What's yours?
I go by Bloodhound Pete. You can just call me Pete.
Well, Pete, you just met your death.
Oh, okay. If you're done play fighting, follow me back to the cabin. I got stew cooking over a fire. Should be ready by now.
I didn't like his attitude, but I didn't have the strength to fight. Are you fucking kidding me? We reached his cabin by nightfall. Inside was exactly what you'd expect a mountain man's bachelor pad would look like. Minimal furniture, dirty shit everywhere, and the smell of fire that had baked into the walls.
Here, there's bread on the table if you want. Not bad, right?
It's so good.
Well, eat up. You'll need it for tomorrow.
Why? What's happening tomorrow?
You start training.
I don't need some old guy like you training me. Didn't you hear me before? I'm
Yeah. You can tell people your scary name until you're blue in the face. But if you don't have the fighting skills to back it up, you're gonna end up in a box, 6 feet underground.
I can fight just fine.
No, you can't. I saw you try to shoot that deer. You're better than most, but after I'm done with you, you'll be the best. There's a spare room down the hall. Should have everything you need. See you when the sun's up.
The next morning, oh fuck!
Morning to you too. Get dressed and meet me in the backyard.
Hey, maybe don't be a super creepy weirdo and watch people sleep. It's creepy! I geared up and stepped out to the backyard. I looked around but couldn't see him anywhere. I'm beginning to hate this guy.
Hey, over here.
I followed him through an overgrown trail down to a small clearing. 10 logs stood vertically hung with rope around a homemade obstacle course.
Here we are.
And where's that exactly?
Your practice arena. Here, you'll learn how to hunt, fight, and shoot.
I don't know what a bunch of logs are gonna... The fuck was that?
Rule number 1. Always keep your eyes open for attacks. Come on, get up.
Next time, let me know.
What's the matter, Alyssa? Don't you listen?
Don't call me Alyssa. Over the next few weeks, I failed every test Pete gave. I couldn't throw a knife, couldn't hit a target, and kept getting trapped. This is useless.
It is not useless.
I spun and landed on my feet.
See? You're already getting better. Here, take it.
But it's all rusted.
Good. Then we know you won't hurt yourself.
Ha ha.
Run down this path here and toss the knife between the eyes of this log.
Sounds simple enough. From my left, I felt the presence of something rushing towards me. I spun and dodged the log, missing my body by inches. I continued forward as 2 more came from my right. I noticed the gap between them and felt the wind as they whipped by. I jumped in the air, spun and tossed the knife straight at the target. The knife hurled through the air, blade connecting with the wood, before bouncing off like rubber. Did I win?
Better, but you're still dead. Let's do it again.
By the end of the day, I couldn't walk. He carried my bruised body back to the cabin.
Good work. We'll try again tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Next, Pete showed me the proper way to throw a knife. I practiced until my hands were covered in blisters.
Hell yeah!
Now that you can handle a dull knife, let's get you a sharp one.
Inside were a bunch of tools and metal traps. He cleared some space on his messy workbench, and I watched as he sharpened and cleaned all the dirt and rust off the knife.
Here you go.
I stared into the blade and saw my own reflection. I grinned with anticipation. Maybe I was wrong about knives. Maybe they are better than guns.
Great. Now we can begin hand-to-hand combat.
Pete showed that it only took getting slapped in the face 50 times before mastering the technique.
Ow! Ouch!
I'll have to thank him for that later. After that, we moved on to tracking animals.
So, if you're laying traps, this here's the proper way. Otherwise, it's gonna snap shut on your hand and take you right off.
What the different prints in the snow meant?
This here's a deer print. You can tell by the two toes shaped like a heart. This one over here's a wolf. It's more rounded, has 4 toes and claw marks.
And how to follow even after losing their tracks.
You need to stop immediately. Animals often move in predictable patterns. From the last known paw print, one can slow out a zigzag pattern like this. Tracking animals isn't much different from tracking people.
On the final day of my training, I woke early in the morning to silence. Pete? Pete, are you here? I'd have to be careful. Anything could be a trap.
Ouch! What the fuck?
I saw the door had cut a small hole in the bag of sand that ran outside my bedroom. I followed the string just in time to watch a knife drop from the ceiling. I rolled out of the way and barely missed getting stabbed. I followed the tracks around the house into the front door. He's fucking with me. I turned in time to see another headed at me. I sliced the air, cutting the arrow in half. 2 more flew towards me as I picked up a log and used it as a shield. I tossed the log aside and ran for cover in the forest. Sweeping low to the ground, I discovered Pete's hiding spot, but he was nowhere to be seen. His tracks led down towards the training area. 10 feet before the clearing, his footprints vanished. I doubt he just floated away like some ghost. I hid behind a tree trunk and gripped my knife. Those arrows came from up high. He's somewhere in the trees. Branches swayed back and forth as leaves fell to the ground. There you are. I threw my knife into the treetops, but he swung down a branch on a rope. As he landed, he took out his machete. With nothing but the arrow to protect me, I held it out as he swung and pinned his machete to the ground. Both of our arms were twisted and locked together, neither able to move. Ha! I won! Pete tilted his head back and swung. The force knocked me unconscious. You fuck!
No thanks. Haven't even finished my morning coffee yet.
Morning coffee? I looked at the clock above the fireplace. It was 6 in the evening. Don't you need to add a pinch of tobacco? If you can't find any, I'm pretty sure you spit most of your supplies all over my face.
You know this guy?
He's just a senile old fart with one foot in the grave. Aren't you, Gramps?
Oh. So, you do know him?
They call me Pete. Bloodhound Pete. Best tracker money can buy.
What? I washed. So, you wereEssa's teacher?
Yep. When we first met, I thought she was a boy. You know, the way she acts and everything. Why are you throwing my good pillows?
If you're not going to tell it right, don't tell it at all. And no one said you can smoke in here. Haven't you heard a second-hand smoke?
As you can see, she had real built-up testosterone. I found her wandering around the mountain with guns glued to her hands, like she was expecting the next zombie apocalypse. She was so skinny. She looked like she was one step away from death. I took her and trained her to become a tracker like myself. But she didn't want that. Oh, no. She wanted to be a ruthless killer.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here. Plus, who would choose tracking over bounty hunting anyway?
I'm sorry. Did you just say that Essa was trained?
Of course. Do you think she just learned all those moves by herself? I taught her much more than just simple tracking. I taught her how to calm her mind, to use her brain over brawn, and most of all, to wield that knife she's always carrying around. To be honest, Alyssa, I didn't think that old thing would last as long as it has.
Alyssa?
What's their problem? Don't they know your name?
It's Essa, Pete. No one calls me Alyssa.
Essa? Now that's a stupid nickname.
Since you're doing a great job revealing secrets, why don't you tell them all about the embarrassing things I did during training?
Okay. So there we were, out in the middle of nowhere. And guess who had to go to the bathroom right when the target showed up?
Even though I'd forgotten most of those memories, I knew Pete cherished them. He may seem like a grumpy old man, but deep down, I loved him like a father. I didn't think I'd ever see this place again, let alone Pete.
You all can stay up as long as you like, but I'm heading to bed. There are 2 spare bedrooms down the hall, and the loser can sleep on the couch.
The loser, huh?
I wonder who that'll be.
Fine. I'll take the couch.
Hey, it's Bloodhound Pete from Oblivion Girl, here to tell you about how you can support our show. Our Patreon has perks like ad-free episodes, limited edition giveaways, and behind-the-scenes content. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/Skyride Studios. But enough of my yapping, let's get back to the show.
That night, I slept in the same bedroom I had all those years ago. I tossed and turned for hours trying to get comfortable. I could hear ATTICUS snoring in the living room. How does he fall asleep so fast? I raised the sheets to my nose. They smelled exactly as I remembered. Nothing in the house seemed to have changed, not even the whistle of the wind through the cracks of the windows. I finally closed my eyes and awoke to Pete standing in the shadows of my room. Not here. I'll meet you outside.
Don't wake up the others, or I'll kill them.
I put on my battle gear and wrapped a scarf around my neck. I hope he didn't bring any chewing tobacco this time. The full moon had risen high above the trees. The wind blew loose snow off the ground like sand. I found Pete standing through an opening, basking in the rays of moonlight. Shouldn't we go back inside before the wolves come? Or have they already found me? Well, that was as much as a truce as he'd get out of me.
I didn't want it to end this way, but there's only so long you can say no to Eden before he makes you say yes.
I'll take Eden down along with anyone else who stands in my way. Now, let's get this thing over with before you catch a cold. Like a bolt of lightning, his muzzle flashed and lit up the nearby trees. I sprinted towards the only man I'd ever considered a father. We danced through the thick forest, blocking fatal blow after fatal blow, until finally, I pushed the barrel of his gun with my free hand as he fired. With his chest now wide open, I swung and pierced my knife into his stomach.
You learned some new moves.
Just a few. Oh, no you don't. Looks like you caught one of those colds I warned you about. Come on, let's get you inside, old man.
Well, you are no help.
He woke later that morning to find his wound bandaged, thanks to yours truly.
Alyssa? Alyssa!
We had decided to leave before Pete had time to regain his strength. The last thing I needed was a revenge round. A cup of water and a note sat next to his bed. Drink the whole glass, then you can try getting up. A chain wrapped round his ankle to the leg of the bed frame.
Ouch. Alyssa, I have to pee! Huh. What's on the back of the note here?
You can pee in the empty cup.
Yeah, right. What am I, a teenage boy? Victory. You just gonna hide around the corner, or actually show yourself, Eden?
Well, well, if it isn't the disgraced tracker Bloodhound Pete. I'm surprised you're still alive.
I can't wait.
Can't wait for what?
For her to tell you limb from limb.
I look forward to it.
Eden wiped his bloodied knife clean as he walked out of the cabin.
They left this morning. Catch them before they get through the mountain.
Yes, sir.
What if they make it inside?
They will, and we will be waiting.
Yes, sir.
The feeling in my toes returned as the snow melted back into muddy dirt. I hated leaving Pete in that condition. Maybe I'd have ATTICUS bake him an "I'm so sorry I stabbed you" pie. Below was a mountain village filled mostly with small shops and buildings. When we approached the main street, let's just say we didn't get a warm welcome. Or any welcome for that matter. There just wasn't anyone around.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh yeah? You're just thinking that now?
Come on, we're going shopping.
But there's no one here.
Exactly.
Why is ATTICUS just staring at the ground?
There's some sort of pattern in the dirt.
That's strange. What are those?
They're tire tracks.
Tire tracks, but... And that's when we heard the sound I'd only read about in history books. A motorized convoy of vehicles sped down the dirt road, headed straight for us. Only one organization had the resources to ride gas-powered vehicles. It was the military. A dust cloud as high as a skyscraper kicked up into the air behind them as they raced their metal tin cans towards town. We need a plan, quick! dressed in the normal green camo, these boys were all sporting black. They looked like they were part of some special ops team. They were special, all right. Fucking Reapers.
Find them!
The group instantly kicked down doors looking for probably us, since there was no one else in town. Yep, they were definitely after us.
I'm sorry!
She's getting better. While ALITA was wasting their time, yours truly managed to crawl in the dirt under the vehicles and plant claymores. I planted them under all except one vehicle and slid back out into my hiding place with a fistful of armed detonators. ALITA had lost momentum. She led the Reapers around another corner.
Hands in the air.
Get down on the ground! Now!
Sniper! Up on the...
Ha! Take that, you bastards. Oh, shit.
Sorry about that. Bye-bye.
Back on my side of the world, Commander Meritbag made some pretty ugly faces as his team slowly decreased in numbers.
You! Go back to the trucks and radio for reinforcements! Now!
Now it was my turn to have some fun. I'd never seen a heap of metal fly so high into the air from an explosion.
What the fuck?
As the smoke cleared, Commander Meritbadge realized he was the only one left standing. He took out his pistol and saw Atticus pointing his rifle at him. His eyes then shifted left as ALITA walked up with her pistol before finally landing his gaze on me.
That looked like it hurt.
Fucking better.
Next week on Oblivion Girl.